So today we are working on a few supplements that we're going to give one of our mares. She's not producing enough milk for her foal. There are several reasons why mares may not produce enough milk. They could be a maiden like this mare. This foal had to go in for surgery, so this mare actually started to dry off after a few days. Some maiden mares don't drop their milk like they should, and they may need a little boost. This mare actually ended up getting oxytocin shots at the vet for several days to help boost her milk supply. But obviously we don't want to do that all the time, so there are supplements that you can try to help increase your mare's milk supply. There are other reasons why a mare may not produce enough milk. They may be under condition when they foal, or they could be in pain or stressed, and these will all contribute to milk supply. We make sure all of our mares have access to excellent quality forage, as well as alfalfa, oats, flax, coconut meal, rice bran, and broodmare feed, as well as oil, probiotics, vitamins, all that good stuff. So on top of that, there are a few things that you can try to help boost your mare's milk production. The first one is regular cocoa powder. You can start with 1 tablespoon twice a day, and the research is kind of out on that, but breeders swear by it, so we are going to try that. The second thing you can do is fenugreek seed. And I've taken this seed and I have ground it up with the coffee grinder to hopefully make it a little bit more digestible. Fenugreek is very good for digestion and soothing the digestive tract, and it also helps boost milk production in humans. It has been said to boost milk production in horses, but there's no research on it. So we're hoping, since it is really good for appetite stimulation, that at least it'll do that. And then if it boosts the milk production, then that's an extra good thing about it. And then finally, we're going to add a little bit of plain whey isolate protein to her feed. And that just gives her the full amino acid profile that she needs for her own body to produce her own milk. So she is getting lots of protein from her alfalfa and from her coconut meal, but she may be missing a few of those important amino acids, or the balance might be slightly off. So the more protein that you can get into the mare with the right amino acid profile, the better chance that she's going to produce a consistent and high quality milk supply. So we're just going to add a little bit of that, maybe 1/4 cup or so, to her feed, and hopefully that will help give her a little boost as well. As with all new supplements or feeds, add a little bit at a time, even adding 1 supplement a day, not all of it at once, not a cup of each at once. We're gonna add a little bit at a time, A, so that she doesn't get turned off her feed, and B, so that it doesn't upset her system. So why are we doing this? The foal is a week old today, and she's huge. She's a gigantic filly. She's super tall, but the coverage over her ribs is not really filling in. I'd like to see some fat coverage over the ribs. I'd like to see a bigger, fuller belly. She's nursing all the time, but if the mare's in pain or the mare is stressed or she's not 100%, then she might not be producing quite enough milk to meet that filly's requirements. The filly's a little young to put on any sort of a milk pellet at this point. Maybe by next week she'll start to pick at mom's food a little more. The only other way for us to supplement the filly would be to bottle feed her, and she is not a fan of the bottle. So our best bet right now is to try to make mom's milk supply as rich as we can, and we'll monitor the filly closely. Next week, if we have to, we'll put her on milk pellets, and we'll just see how we go from there. It is a good idea to monitor your foals for weight gain in the first few weeks especially. You can feel around the rib cage and make sure that they are getting some extra fat cover in the first couple weeks, and that will give you a good idea if the mare is producing enough milk. Foals should be lively and well hydrated, as well as gaining weight on a regular basis, and they will gain weight very quickly. So if you do notice some ribs, definitely check to make sure that your mare is producing enough milk.